Yo, boy. Prayers for Southern California, y'all. Prayers in the comment section, man. Check this out.
My heart goes out, obviously, to the people with their homes, and I'm watching the small businesses around us go up in flames. This is people's livelihoods, so it's devastating. But what is most concerning to me is our first responders and our firefighters who are trying to battle this. There's no water in the Palisades. There's no water coming out of the fire hydrants. This is an absolute mismanagement by the city. It's not the firefighters' fault, but it's by the city. And I'm going to be very honest. We've got a mayor that's out of the country, and we've got a city that's burning, and there's no resources to put out fires. So if you look at your pictures, you don't see the firefighters there because there's nothing they can do. And it looks like we're in a third world country here. Mm-hmm. And we've got a lot of tough questions that we need to ask the mayor and the city council and our representatives and the county representatives. Why didn't you work to mitigate this? What was your brush mitigation program? I heard you earlier talking about it's been dry because there hasn't been rain. That's not the biggest problem here. The brush up in these hills that are controlled by the city and the county, I would bet you that if they haven't been handled, mitigated, pruned, removed for probably 30 or 40 years. This was a disaster waiting to happen. And what's predictable is preventable. And who's paying the price are all of these people in their homes and their businesses tonight. Now, we'll rebuild, but the majority of this community is going to have a tough time rebuilding their lives.
They're waving me down.
Check this out.
Hi there.
I know I'm not supposed to.
That's fine. You decided not to leave.
I know I'm not supposed to be here, but this is my parents' home.
I know the feeling.
And they just lost. They got canceled from their fire insurance. So they're dealing with this. They're 90 years old.
This is a disgrace. This is sad.
Through the state of California, because of this, they're 90 years old. That they've lived in this house for 75 years, and they've had the same insurance. And these insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this, and it just happened, and they have no fire insurance. So thank you, California insurance companies, supporting residents who pay taxes and love California. And they wonder why people leave California.
First and foremost, you did get your parents out safely.
I live in Sierra Madre. My parents are in Sierra Madre, but...
And now you know that it is under evacuation as well.
This is sad, man. Prayers in the comment section, man.
You know, there's a will, there's a way. Probably shouldn't do it, but you know what? Under the circumstances, send me to jail. That's fine.
It is unbelievable what's happening here to the neighbors. Your parents' house is still standing. You had a hose. You're doing what you can.
I mean, I have a hose. It doesn't compare to these beloved neighbors that I've known.
You know, and they wiped this man through the mud. Our president. But just a flashback. This clip right here has broken the internet again. I wonder why. President Trump stressed the importance of forest management to Gavin Newsom. You know, years ago, a couple years ago. You know, but again, they wiped this man through the mud, but he's been right about everything. Check it out.
It's cleaned out and protected. Got to take care of the floors, you know, the floors of the forests, very important. You look at other countries where they do it differently, and it's a whole different story. I was with the president of Finland, and he said, we have a much different, we're a forest nation. He called it a forest nation. And they spend a lot of time on raking and cleaning and doing things, and they don't have any problem. And when it is, it's a very small problem. So I know everybody's looking at that, to that end, and it's going to work.
I mean, say what you want. I mean, hey, let's be real here. Let's be real. And shout out to my president. Shout out to him. Shout out to my president. And people say, Rick, not your president. That's our president, baby. Yeah, let's be real here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Can I get some prayers and love in the comment section, please, man? I don't care what your political views are. I don't care if you don't like my hat that I'm wearing. You know, shout out to them beautiful patriots, my brothers and sisters around the world. One love to the human race. We wishing the best in everybody's life. 2025 is off to a crazy start, as you've seen these last week and a half. 2025 is here. Buckle up. But can I please get some prayers and love in the comments section, man? And I got more shocking details in this video. We're going to get into, but Californians had their home insurance canceled prior to these fires. I mean, it's a lot of stuff hitting the fan right now. The mayor is out the country. I mean, she spent their tax dollars funding fire departments in Ukraine. There was no water to put out these fires, and California is next to an ocean. Oh man, we're reading what's up. Where your tax dollars pay for sex changes for illegals, but you're on your own for catastrophic fires. Oh boy. Yeah, y'all. Whew. You know, just reading what the top listeners are saying, and it you know, this is bad, man. But can we please get some prayers and love in the comment section, man? And you know, and the thing is, a lot of people don't want to keep it. They don't want to be real when it's time to be real and state the facts. Again, people are offended. They don't want to hear it. We know how that go, man. But them pages gonna keep it real. So whether you like it or not, them pages gonna keep it real. This thing is on fire. 2025 is off to a crazy start. You know. And again, for some reason right now, I'm looking on the screen. They're going to continue. The left is wiping Trump through the mud. I mean, Trump can say anything and they wipe him through the mud, no matter what he says or what he said in 2020 or in the past. They still try to find clips and dig him up and wipe him through the mud. And you know, he's been right about a lot of things, but again, when he calls them idiots and calls incompetent and states the facts, people are offended. You know, but look what's happening. Look at all the things that have taken place. Yeah. A disgrace, man. An absolute disgrace. But it broke my heart, man, to see some of those videos being posted all over the internet. Let's get into it, y'all. Prayers and love in the comment section, please. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Will you please get some prayers and love in the comment section, y'all, please. You know, I know we got all the jokes and all the, you know, there's gonna be people that you don't get political. Don't get political. Ooh, everything woke turns to. They told everybody to stay woke. A lot of DEI, incompetence. Yeah. Still don't know who's running the country. And they just announced another, 500 million to Ukraine today? Was it million or billion? I don't know. It's a disgrace, man. It is a disgrace. You know, but they say stay woke. Stay woke. You know, they ought to just shut the whole thing down, man. People have been treated so bad. Lives have been devastated. People have been wiped through the mud, man. We the people. We the people. And look what people are going through, man. I mean, but, you know, everybody's offended. Everybody's offended by everything, you know. Let's get into it, y'all. We got some more shocking details. Huge shout out to my brother Benny, man. I couldn't wait to get into this. And I hope everybody is blessed, well, and healthy. And again, we send our prayers out to California. And I really do hope that 2025 is an amazing year for all you guys that are watching this video. You know, no matter where you're from, no matter where you live, no matter what your age is, no matter what your skin color is, you know. No matter what your background is or what your occupation is, we wishing the best in everybody's life. the rich, the poor, the middle class, the lower class, upper class. I don't care. We wishing the best in everybody's life, man. Okay? Let's go and get into it, man. 2025 is off to a crazy start.
To clear brush and engage in actual forestation and management. Right now, there are tens of thousands of Californians who are fleeing. There's entire neighborhoods that are now gone completely, that have been torched to the ground. We don't know what the death toll is right now, but we do know a couple of things about these fires. One, the fire hydrants are literally not working anymore. So you're going to talk about a state of actual third world collapse. We've been saying it for a while that California is effectively on the brink of collapse. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The firefighters can't fight the fires. The forestation management is non-existent. The fire hoses and fire hydrants don't work. And there aren't enough firefighters to actually fight the flames. And this is all because of criminal mismanagement of the state and of the state's readiness and of the priorities of the state, including but not limited to the mayor of...
You see why everybody getting out of there. I'm just being honest. I know. You see why, and a lot of them came down here where I'm at, Texas. Everybody got a car. Everybody's riding. There's more people. It's traffic. I can go out right now. And usually if you go out right now, there's no traffic. You can ride. It is traffic everywhere you go. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to throw that in there. Y'all know. Shout out to them. Shout out to my historians, man. And love to my California folks, man. But y'all, we know why y'all all came down here. You know, y'all love coming down here. I tell you, man. I'm telling you, we did that interview, that public interview. What was it? And we said, they said, where did you come? We asked about what, 50 people. Where did you come from, California? So you moved out here to Texas? Yes. Where did you come from, California? They running everybody out of there. New York, Chicago, everywhere. Everybody running from away. I wonder why. They told everybody to stay woke, though.
Los Angeles, being in Ghana right now. She ain't even there. Her name's Karen Bass.
Karen Bass, she out there.
She's not even in the city.
Yeah.
She's in Africa right now. For what? Is she like doing some type of like really important like soul searching thing or I don't know voodoo thing? No. She's at an inauguration, a presidential inauguration. She's decided to go to a presidential inauguration in Ghana while her city, one of the second largest city in the country, burns to ashes. Look at this footage from people's homes. You have to feel bad. You must, if you have a soul, you must feel bad for these people.
If you have a soul.
They've been failed by their leaders.
Please put prayers and love. I just want prayers and love, man. I don't want no arguing. I don't want no back and forth. You know, and I don't care if you're triggered, you know, of people calling out the facts. It's just real. We can spread love and keep it real. You know, and that's the problem where we're at now. When people are so sensitive, man. When we start calling this stuff out, you know, it's ridiculous.
Ladies and gentlemen, first among them is Gavin Newsom. Here's Gavin Newsom literally like sitting there watching the fires burn. This is what he thought would be great to put out on social media. Nope. This is not the look. Just a reminder that when President Trump was president the first time, he literally warned Gavin Newsom on Twitter before he was banned. Today is the anniversary of Donald Trump getting banned off of Twitter platform and many other platforms, dozens of other social media platforms. When Donald Trump was on Twitter the first time, before it became X, Donald Trump said, the governor of California has done a terrible job of forest management. I told him the first day that we met, he must clean his forest floors regardless of his bosses, the environmentalists, demand of him. They also must do burns and cut fire stoppers. This is President Trump, of course, sounding the alarm that they're and being correct again. Another like penny in the Trump was right jar.
But what they do? They spin everything the man says. They wipe him through the mud. They try to make him look like a bad guy when all he was doing, he called it for what it was. He's been right about damn near everything. The president-elect in January 20th can't get here any faster. But he's called out the incompetent. And people that just have done a terrible job. But you know that people are triggered. People don't want to hear the truth. When them truth bombs start coming out, the people don't want to hear it. It hurts their feelings.
That Gavin Newsom and the psychotic environmentalists in California are going to lead to an abject and total disaster there. And now it's been proven right over and over again. Of course, the fires can't spread unless there is fuel for the actual fire. Here's a map that shows you exactly how badly this has gotten out of control. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you can we scroll down? Yeah, okay. Yep. So it's a 3-part map. You can see how the fire started up in the hills, how the fire has now effectively encompassed Malibu. Some of the most expensive properties on Earth are now just completely and totally in flames. This post here, Klein. Look at this. I mean, this is all happening right now, still actively happening. And, we want to state that we're very sad about it. Look, again, what you're going to get from us is directionally pointing the blame where it belongs, which is not at the innocent civilians who've had their lives destroyed, but at the politicians and leaders who've engaged in cult-like climate worship at the expense of human lives. Some of the most expensive homes on Earth right now in total flames. This is Malibu Beach right here. Here's some of the wreckage of what it looks like across major metropolitan areas. Look at this. Dude, I'm telling you that the front lines of Ukraine doesn't look this bad. Oh, speaking of Ukraine, do you know that Los Angeles decided to send a bunch of excess fire equipment to Ukraine? Excess. Who determines what's excess fire equipment? There's no such thing as excess fire equipment when you have like 20 million people living in an area. But they decided to send it to Ukraine. The leaders of the DEI fire department in Los Angeles decided they'd forfeit firefighting equipment to Ukraine.
Yeah, and I told y'all this in the beginning of the video.
It's incredible. Thank you, producers. With a real quick follow-up here, let me read just very quickly, just so that you know, directly from the LA County Fire Department.gov. On Thursday, just 2 years ago, Los Angeles Fire Department joined the 4th District of Los Angeles County Supervisor, the city of Inglewood, announced that they would join the national effort in gathering and donate surplus equipment and gear to help first responders in Ukraine. Oh, okay. So they gave their fire equipment to Ukraine. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the fire hydrants inside of Los Angeles are no longer working. Look at all these stories. This is from Mike Cernovich. Fire hydrants aren't working and they don't have any water. I'm telling you, what's happening here in Los Angeles is worse than what's happening in Ukraine. And the leaders of LA sent all their firefighting gear to Ukraine. Dude, I tell people this. Like, we were at America Fest in Arizona, and there's a lot of Californians were there at America Fest. I'm like, you make a horrible mistake by assuming that a state's going to stay blue forever. California, under this leadership, will not stay blue forever. California will swing red. I'm telling you, like in my lifetime, but like in the near term, in my lifetime, California will be a red state. And that'll actually, if you won California, Texas, and Florida, that's effectively the ball game. I don't think the Republicans are going to give up Florida or Texas anytime soon. And then if you add the 54 electoral votes from California, then that's the entire, that's effectively a monster pile. It's 200 plus electoral votes. So it's like a ball. Like there's just no chance for anyone to win ever again. California was a red state in my lifetime. California was going red in my lifetime. California cannot even pump water to their fire hoses now. Lack of water from hydrants in Palisades fire is hurting firefighters' efforts. California firefighters running out of water. This is what you see in third world countries.
Third world countries.
Firefighters running out of water as fires tear through Los Angeles. It's cripplingly sad. This is worse than any Ukrainian city looks like. This is a literal war zone. And why is this also happening? Well, ladies and gentlemen, not only is the mayor of Los Angeles off in Africa, the DEI hire fire chief of Los Angeles is bragging about the most important thing for her, which is that they hire more women to be firefighters. Here we go.
I'm super inspired.
She took time out of her already busy schedule to tell us about her vision for the department's future, one that includes a 3-year strategic plan to increase diversity.
People ask me, well, what number are you looking for? I said, I'm not looking for a number. It's never enough.
Out of 3,300 city firefighters, only 115 are women right now. She's already looking at ways to change that. She's quick to point out that doing so has a greater purpose, attracting the best and brightest for the job.
They feel included, they feel valued, and they feel part of a cohesive team.
The chief also checks another box when it comes to inclusivity and diversity at this department. She's a proud member of the LGBTQ community.
That just kind of opens the door of people that thought, wow, I didn't even know that was an opportunity for me.
I say this, and I've said it a million times. DEI kills. DEI, the non-hiring on merit, the hiring on your immutable qualities, like the amount of melanin in your skin, or who you have sex with. That's going to kill people. It does kill people. And ladies and gentlemen, it's leading to abject collapse in these Democrat cities. I mean, in New Orleans, they didn't even have up the anti-car personnel barriers.
Yep.
They have those big metal those big metal poles. I can't believe people just forget about it so quickly. I mean, I guess the news cycle is like the length of a gnat. Gnat's memory, gnat's life. But they had those iron barriers to prevent vehicles from ramming people, and they didn't put them up.
On New Year's. One of the most busiest places. On New Year's. But when you start calling out the truth again, people don't want to hear it. They attack you. Their feelings are hurt. So soft, so woke. Look what that gets you. People have died, man. And it hurts, man. It really does. That hurts my feelings, man. People have lost everything. Dragging their boots through the mud, man.
And now there are 15 dead Americans. How many Californians have perished in these wildfires? I don't know. But it's time to bring back meritocracy. It's time to bring back intellect. It's time to bring back leaders who actually care about the citizens whom they represent and want them to live healthy, safe, prosperous lives. Here's President Trump warning Gavin Newsom. This clip is from 2019. President Trump warning Gavin Newsom to his face. Dude, you are going to kill people in the way that you psychotically manage your state by prioritizing environmentalism, which makes no sense because if you were an actual environmentalist, you would want to clean the forests. That actually helps forestation. That actually helps the growth of the trees and plants. And it saves people's lives. It makes these fires much easier to manage because the fire can't go anywhere if it doesn't have any fuel. Anyway, here's Trump doing it to Gavin's face.
It's cleaned out and protected. We've got to take care of the floors. The floors of the forests. Very important. You look at other countries where they do it differently, and it's a whole different story. I was with the president of Finland, and he said, we have a much different, we're a forest nation. He called it a forest nation. And they spend a lot of time on raking and cleaning and doing things, and they don't have any problem. And when it is, it's a very small problem. So I know everybody's looking at that, to that end, and it's going to work out.
There's one other thing that I want to speak to, because we've done reporting on this for our own show. Whenever I go to LA, I drive through Cannery Row in Los Angeles, and the look is so depressing as an American. You don't want anybody, oh, it's a blue state, ha ha ha. You don't want anybody to be living like this. This is cruel, it's inhumane. Just pop it up on screen, Klein, whenever you get it. It's like what it looks like. This is me driving through LA like a year ago. This is what LA looks like. Guys, I'm telling you, some of the worst, and I've traveled to third world places on the planet that like don't look as bad as this. And you wonder why they're out of control, raging fires. And look at this is what, like, this is your second largest city, the city of angels. Look at this. This is what it looked like. This is me driving, just filming as I'm driving. I just got my cell phone up. That guy, I'm telling you, that guy, I went down multiple alleys. These people were starting fires. I'm not saying that a homeless person started these fires, but like, who's to prove me wrong? There's such a horrific homeless problem in Los Angeles, and there are videos now surfacing of homeless people starting fires that people are saying, yo, I just saw this the other day. I saw this the other day. So a homeless guy was starting a fire. Here's this person, like, this is outside of Los Angeles, somebody filming on the side of the road, some homeless guy, like, starting a fire next to a bunch of sagebrush. Get back to my video, Klein. We have a moral crisis in this country. It is a question of morality. You don't want to see people live like this. I mean, this is, it's dark. It's not, like, humans shouldn't live bent over on the streets, addicted to drugs. They shouldn't live in squalor and filth like this, not in this country. Why do we tolerate it? Why do we allow it? So final point I'll make here. Then then we have the great Senator Ron Johnson, who's going to join our program. I have a feeling he has some thoughts on this. Where you live is a direct reflection of the morality of the people who are leading you. Go to a city park in your town. I do in my town all the time. It's why I moved to Tampa. The city parks in Washington, D.C., where I think the Senator Ron Johnson is currently going to be joining us from, they were handed over entirely to homeless, criminal vagrants with needles sticking out of their arms, knives, firearms, drugs, frothing at the mouth, pissing and shitting all over the park benches. That's what the city parks in Washington, D.C. are like. Now, I had a child. I welcomed my firstborn child, and the moment that I started to realize that these parks are actually meant for children and families, and the two can't coexist, I said, we're out. And we're going to find a place, and we did, where the parks are for the children and the families, where mothers are safe with their children, and it's a question of morality. The leaders of a city make a decision. They choose this. This is not something that was forced upon LA. LA decided to do that. They are promoting this. They are wanting this. So, who's it for? And there's a number one easiest possible way to judge the leaders of your city, your municipality. Get in your car, take a quick drive down to the city park, and see, are there children and families prospering, safe? If a vagrant walks into that park, will cops immediately arrest them and keep them from the children? Will men stand up muscularly defending their families and saying, you will get the hell out of here? I know the park I take my kids to. The dads, if some hobo came rolling through and was threatening a child, the hobo would be lucky if the cops got there. It'd be the dads who'd take care of it. It doesn't happen here. And that's why I moved my family here. Hopefully your city is the same way. If you live in a city that has allowed their spaces to be overtaken by demonic activity, then you got to go. You got to leave. You should leave California. This is what I saw when I went to California.
Oh, man. But I'll leave it up to y'all. What do y'all think, man? But can I please get some prayers and love in the comment section? California, man. And he made some amazing points, you know, some amazing points, man. But I just hate how people now are trying to still they don't want to hear the truth. They continue when we call this stuff out, when we call out the incompetence, when we call out, you know, everything woke has literally turned to, you know, when you call out, you know, the corruption, you know, people are so sensitive, triggered, and now they're just burning up. People are losing everything, man. You know, and there's been warnings. There's been warnings. That's what kills me. And no water. There's no water. Let it all. Just put all the piece together and tell me what you think. Prayers. I love you guys, and I will catch you beautiful people in the next one, man. Peace and love, family.